Alright folks, the Nergal, formerly known as the Crusher or Project Minotaur, Premium Tier 8 British heavy tank, so similar to last year's Titty or Black Obsidian. You can get this vehicle for free if you play enough of the Halloween mode. Mirium 13, Project Babylon. Also Nergal was like the god of disease or plague or something. Not the actual spelling of Papa Nergal, the most unclean or most foul in the Warhammer universe, but god, I'm a nerd. This vehicle looks like the same style as a 𝗕𝗶𝗿𝗆 or AE Phase 1. So on fire, it's a black rock of a skin, so not that bad looking, but it is a very fancy 2D style. So it's only a JPEG with glowing parts on the vehicle. It's not exactly a gash or rock formation similar to the 𝗕𝗶𝗿𝗆 or the rock Basante skin we saw on the Chinese server. So not exactly that crazy, but it's a free vehicle and therefore Wargaming nerf the crap out of the gun. It's a 55 pounder, but it has more alpha damage than the turtle at the cost of penetration, and dramatically the DPM. They nerfed the crap out of the DPM from like 2600 to 2000. It sucks. There's a different description for the vehicle in the historical reference thing compared to the Crusher, so lore dump, but let's just take a look at the regular Crusher. So this thing came out around March on the super test, but this thing was good originally from the super test stats, but here is the comparison. So nerf about 550 or 600, close enough, of DPM. They nerfed the penetration of all the shells, especially the good high explosive squash head. So 90mm to 57. It is a good alpha for high explosive, but god damn, that's a big ass nerf. Nerf the pin of the regular AP round. And even the gold shell too. Oh, god damn it. Nerf the shell velocity across the board too. So, yep. Nerf the traverse. Also turret traverse got nerfed by like almost 10 degrees per second. That is massive. Nerf the view range by 30 meters. That is huge too. They did not buff the health to like 1700, right? To compensate. No, it's not like a KV5 or super heavy. God damn it. It is still slow. It is still big ass chunky of a body. So, large vehicle, but god damn. So, fortunately enough, they did not nerf the armor from the initial looks of it. But here is the original armor. It's about 230 baseline on the whole front compared to 230 nowadays. So no nerf. All the collision models are practically the same. So thankfully no downside to playing this vehicle armor wise. But goddamn, they took away the gun practically. I mean, it's still workable, right? But that is huge. That is major, significant nerf to the firepower of this thing. That is the only good thing going for it, right? And they took it away because the free vehicle has to suck. Has to suck dramatically. God damn it. Alright, so I mean, it's still workable of a 55 pounder, but it has more alpha than the turtle at the cost of penetration. Cost of some accuracy, and obviously DPM, but also the same health as a turtle too. 1400. Alright. 230 hull front. 230 turret front. It is rounded. It is pretty thick. So about 240mm effective baseline to auto bounce mostly. And turret is mostly auto bounce other than cupolas. Cupola is 160 to 130. It is a tall vehicle, so shooting the cupola might be a challenge for short kings of a medium tank or some of the heavies, but it's like with the Mutant M6. The vehicle is so tall that shooting the cupola from a bottom angle of a lower vehicle is kind of difficult. You still have areas of 210 or so on the ridgeline for the cupola, but yeah, if you're a low vehicle like Obsidian, you'll have a hard time penetrating the cupola. Lower plate, 140, 180-ish millimeters effective, but if you angle this thing, the tracks are not counted as actual armor. So there are space armor protecting the bottom plate. So it is a highly incentive to put improved hardening to buff the tracks and cover your lower plate with the actual tracks. Now granted, you'll be D-track pretty often if you're just poking out from a wall like this, but once you get there, they cannot penetrate you, mostly, other than the cupola. So yeah, the tracks are big space armor, real big space armor. So side scraping, there are some good angles on the hull roof of the engine deck. It is sloped upwards for 50 millimeters, so automatic belts, but 110 for baseline, which is not bad. The rounded parts are 160 and 110 at the back end, but you still could bounce a few. So armor is mostly side scraping, but you can also poke out at an angle, and they cannot penetrate. So not like with the Churchill where you can detrack and penetrate at the same time. There should be no sponson behind the tracks, so it is decent enough of a side scraper. Yeah, very decent using the tracks as space armor. But like I said, it's a tall vehicle, so short vehicles might have a problem, but yeah, this thing doesn't punch as hard. That's unfortunate. It's slow. It's big. 24 kilometers per hour top speed. And it's slower to traverse for the turret now, and the hull as well, but camo, super heavy, mostly. Almost. It's a little bit better than a super heavy, like the M6 Mutant, but view range got dramatically nerfed from 390 to 360. That is close to Russian blindness of a view range, but equipment wise, you want a rammer, I would say it's a little bit different. You want improved hardening for the tracks, and definitely turbocharger in this scenario. You're so slow that you don't really need vertical stabilizer, so yeah, it's a little bit different than 𝗠𝗏𝗿𝗆, right? 𝗠𝗏𝗿𝗆 could use better DPM. It already has enough DPM, so more accuracy, faster aim time, more DPM with the vents. But in this vehicle scenario, I think buffing the track health from being D-track all the time with a large ass drive wheel is kind of important, right? So I put vents on tier 8 or lower heavy tanks other than something of a TOG or specialty case. But tier 9 or higher, you get bigger boost out of the 10% HP buff from improved hardening. So putting to the first slot, you get 10%. Yep, 10% from the first slot. But yeah, I would say rammer, turbocharger, improved hardening. That's your equipment choice. It's similar to the Churchill in some sense. These vehicles are slow. And something of a TOG too. Yeah, something of a TOG. TOG has tier 8 health at tier 6. Even better than some of the tier 8s too. It has a lot of health. So this thing is slow, put a turbocharger. Rammer obviously with the gun work, but field mods wise, similar to any other tier 8s. It's a versatile, but doesn't matter at tier 8. So better terrain resistance or track health. If you already have improved hardening, go with better terrain resistance. Make it go a little bit faster to rev, but it's so slow. Better accuracy or aim time. Better accuracy. 0.38 accuracy is not that great. Shifting down to 0.36. I would say better accuracy. 2.3 seconds of aim time is not that bad. I would say better accuracy. Now obviously more view range than stun duration, but Stick to cover, stick to walls. What could you do? You can play it for the Project Babylon mode with Last Stand if you manage to unlock it, but I don't know. There are so many weird British heavy tanks at Tier 8. The 𝗕𝗷𝗿𝗆 is practically a copy. The 𝗕𝗷𝗿𝗆 Action X is a pseudo Tier 10 turret on a heavy tank, I guess. It's a medium tank turret mostly, but the 𝗕𝗷𝗿𝗆, you won't see it unless you really want to suffer the freaking rank mode or onslaught mode and pay like 12,000 bonds or something. Not really. So yeah, FV226 Contradictus might be the next interesting heavy tank, but it doesn't have the DPM of the Crusher originally. So yeah, it's a double fire mode like in Siege mode, but this is also similar to the Titty, where they just added to the game without super testing it. So you just add this vehicle without actually putting on the super test for some reason. But alright, so basically, I don't know how I feel about this thing. So originally I thought it was pretty memey. It's a big lumbering beast of a vehicle, but yeah, it's different now. 7.8 seconds or 7.5 compared to 10 seconds. That is massive. That is huge. Also, was it better accuracy too? 0.35 compared to 0.36. Also has more health originally. Oh crap! Had 100 more health. Weighs about the same horsepower per ton ratio, but better hull traverse, better turret traverse. Turret traverse was 36.5. That is quick for a heavy. Also doesn't have the gun barrel too. What? Notice the difference of the gun barrel? Interesting. I just noticed it. This thing has the muzzle brake and the fire effects, but whatever. But that's a different gun. Looks a little bit like a cone-ish design, where the base diameter is larger than the actual exiting diameter. Huh. It is. It should be like that too, historically speaking. Interesting. Only 330 alpha compared to 350. They nerfed the pin but buffed the alpha. Nerfed the DPM dramatically too. So similar to the turtle DPM or alpha damage. Not the DPM though. Shell velocity got slightly nerfed, but they nerfed dramatically. Buffed the high explosive alpha, but nerfed the pin. So different iteration of the gun, but 55 pounder still. Oh, interesting. Well, yeah, it's not as good as it is originally. Originally had more view range, dramatically more view range, more health, and a lot better DPM. But oh god, 50 rounds compared to currently 50 rounds. So originally I rated it back in March, and I rated it 6.5 to 7. God. Yeah, 55 pounder main gun with very high DPM. So high explosive is also good, but it's good for the second iteration. Technically there are 2 iterations, but it's slow. And crap camo. Average view range. Now it's crap view range. Cupolas protected by a bunch of periscopes. Oh. Old me is actually, or young me is actually pretty good at describing stuff, but yeah, gold shell got nerfed too to like 250. Yeah, 252 from 260. That is kind of measly of a gold shell in comparison to like 290 or 300 on some of the vehicles, but the Luva has a high penetration, yeah, very high penetration gold shell, and the T-34 heavy. So this is kind of average nowadays. You'll struggle against a large target like a mouse. Yeah, 250 is not good against super heavies or some of the tank destroyers, but yeah, it's not 6.5. It's not a 7 anymore. So it is a free vehicle, and I don't know, it is free from playing Babylon. Babylon is actually pretty fun. So you unlock by getting the reward path, you can collect the keys. It's technically coins if you believe, or just rethink about the stuff, but you can skip if you find it too hard. So complete the challenge, you can actually decrypt for a lower amount of keys. But if you just want to skip, you can actually pay up front for more cost in the coin department or keys department. But you can earn the keys by daily mission, so you get 1 bonus. So receive bonus keys at the end of battle, cause 3,000 damage. It's all 3,000 damage. You'll get there, unless you just die right off the bat. But yeah, you unlock the challenges or play harder modes to unlock a discount in the keys, and you get the vehicle for free. But yeah, it's like with the 𝗕𝗲. The 𝗕𝗲 is alright. It's a surprise vehicle, but I wonder how much I rate the 𝗕𝗲 last year. Did I even rate the 𝗕𝗲? I think I did, but where the hell's the 𝗕𝗲? The 𝗕𝗲, I'm also surprised they're not selling the basic model without the actual skin. So Obsidian is tier 8. It is like a large T-34 with BTSV of space armor and 2 mine rollers on the front, but it has the Mirium collection thing, the fart gas collection thingy-majig. But I am surprised they're not selling the base model of the 𝗕𝗲. Tier 8 Russian medium tank. Where's the 𝗕𝗲? There's the 𝗕𝗲. I'm surprised they're not selling this thing right off the bat. Just basic model without the skin, right? I'm surprised, but alright. How much did I rate the 𝗕𝗲 in comparison to the Nergal? Recap 𝗕𝗲𝗆 5. Didn't debut on ST, just appear on common test. For pre-nerf version. Alright. How much would I rate the Crusher now? It's not 6.5. It's not, no. It's not 6.5. It's a meme of a vehicle. I mean, I like meme vehicles. I like big, gigantic, lumbering beast of heavy tanks, but from this angle, is it as tall as an M6? I doubt it. M6 is huge. M6 Mutant is massive. But using that aspect ratio, what the hell's the Mutant M6? Yeah, this thing is huge. I mean, it's like 3/4 of the size, but yeah, shooting the cupola on this thing is a challenge. And this thing has armor, but side armor's crap. Yeah, I like stupidly large vehicles, but this is not a 6.5. This is more like a 5 at best. Armor is decent enough, but they took a big ass bite out of the gun. The DPM is a huge, substantial nerf from the original comparison. Similar goes to the view range. View range got dramatically shafted. But yeah, 5. It's free, so I guess similar to the 𝗕𝗲, it's not crazy. It's also funny that all the premium tanks that got released this year are somewhat kind of mediocre. The best premium tanks that came out this year was actually skin version of old premium tanks that were good. Like the Boresque with the pink teddy bear skin called the Mel, or the Project Ion Shkuda T56. So those were the best premium tanks that came out this year. Otherwise, we get crap like Object 590 or E77. God, E77 needs a buff. But yeah, the best version of premium tanks are actually old vehicles. Technically, old premium tanks already in the game. So kinda no more days of BZ176. Yeah, pink teddy bear. So there you go, folks. The Crusher. Play the mode. The mode is fun. The mode is actually decent, but you don't get battle pass points other than the mission track. So there's no per match battle pass points. So only finishing the stages or deciphering, decrypting to get the battle pass points. Otherwise, there's no credit making capability or battle pass points, but otherwise, it's still a fun mode. I like it. It's a staple of the year, but otherwise, the vehicle is fine. It's not that great. It's not that special, but whatever. So as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.